Hello, good day, One Nation Tribal Alliance. Brothers and sisters near and far, across the pond and this side of the lake. Today is July 3rd, 2026, and I am blessed and privileged to start, I guess, introducing the candidates that are running for my tribe, which is Pueblo of Zuni, council people. You know, I'm trying to get everybody interviewed so they can bring the message out to the people of what their concerns are or what they're going to bring at the table, whatever. I just going to give them their time. So my first one here is the wonderful Jenilee Gardner. And Jenilee and I talked before we got on, and she is very interesting. She's very good, and I like her information. So with all due respect, I'm gonna let it her have it, and y'all can see what she has to say. So, generally, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your campaign thing. So, go ahead.
Oh, ela keşke now. Thank you, Greg. That was a great introduction, but I'll introduce myself again. My name is Jenilee Gardner, and I am running for tribal council. I want to start by saying that I'm honored to be part of a race where so many individuals step forward to serve our community. I think that speaks highly of the passion and commitment that so many of us have for the future of Zuni. It's actually really exciting. For myself, service has been at the center of my life. I proudly served 14 years as a hospital corpsman in the United States Navy, where I learned the importance of leadership, teamwork, and putting people first. And those are lessons and values that I continue to use to guide me today and how I live my life. When I moved back home to Zuni, it was a bumpy, I'll say, but meaningful transition. Being part of our community and being back home and taking part in our culture, um, like my parents and I, we hosted Saya Dasha in 2023, and then being part of our community when we were taking care of individuals who were sick with COVID during the pandemic. I worked in the ER during that time. Seeing how our community came together reminded me what it truly means to be Shiwi, that we care for one another. And that's why I'm running, because I believe in that. I believe in that future for our community, that we care for one another, that we want each other to succeed, and that we believe in our prayers and what we ask for prosperity, for longevity. And I believe we can do that. So my priorities in terms of what I want to bring to the council are pretty straightforward. I want stronger communication, open, transparent communication between tribal leadership and our people. I know that that's been a selling point in previous campaigns with previous administrations, but I actually want to break that down a little bit more to our people and say, this is how I'm going to do it. Because when our people are informed and they're active in a decision making that affect all of us, one, it builds trust between people and government, which is necessary. Our people need to trust us that we are prioritizing them, that we are putting their health and their needs first, and that we are willing to listen. So communication opens that, it bridges that, and I believe in that. And there are numerous ways that I'm going to do this. This is not just me talking. This is something that I've done, not just recently in community events, community outreach that I've done, but also what I did in the military. So that's a huge thing, I think. The next thing I want to do is support professional development by investing in our employees. We need to invest in our people, because when we invest in them, we encourage leadership development. We're also creating opportunity and space for our younger generation to come into an environment, a system where they build skills that will help them build careers that will keep them in our community serving our people. And that's what we need. We need to create pipeline opportunities for our community. We're seeing it right now with one of the questions that you're about to ask is healthcare. Imagine if we promoted a pipeline where we take our students, put them give them an avenue, an opportunity to go to school, and then they come back to our community with and start taking care of our people while developing skills. I think we can do that. So we need to invest in our people. And I also want to strengthen collaboration across the board, honestly. I want to and what I mean by that, I should say, is strengthening collaboration by networking tribal departments, creating more collaborative resources or more collaborative opportunities with local organizations, local community organizations, with healthcare, with government to government organizations like with IHS. We need to know that what we need to do is leadership is to promote relationship building, because when we build strong, when we strengthen the systems that we have for our people, then our people have better access to care, better access to resources. And again, it just goes back to they're trusting that we are providing, we are doing things that is in their best interest. It builds long-lasting resources, infrastructure, and we're looking at doing this to benefit future generations. We want to take care of the Zunis that are up and coming, the ones that haven't been born. We're looking forward. So that's the gist of that. Sorry. So healthcare, I spent almost 20 years in healthcare, and healthcare will always be important to me, especially preventative healthcare. Our families deserve access to quality care closer to home, stronger prevention programs, and a healthcare system that focuses on keeping people healthy and not focusing on illnesses when it becomes a crisis. I have pushed for preventative healthcare since I moved back to Zuni. I believe in that. I believe that I believe our people will be better off for it. And that's an initiative that I feel strongly about. I also believe one of our greatest responsibilities, I should say, our greatest responsibility is preserving our culture and traditions while preparing next generations to carry those values forward. I had a very interesting conversation with you, Greg, and I really appreciate the words that you taught me. While I do understand Zuni, because I spent a huge chunk of my adult life traveling the world, living in other communities, living in other countries, English is the language that I learned to speak the best. I can't speak Zuni. It's weird how Zuni will sometimes come out fluently, and then other times I struggle to say the same word I just said 5 minutes ago. I mean, I think that's weird to me, but it is what it is. So I think what I can do is emulate and show our people, especially the community, especially the population of people in Zuni that might, feel shy, not feel so confident in speaking Zuni, is we're in this together. We are in this together. That is how we are going to preserve our culture. We have to start helping each other out, even if however it comes, being willing to listen and providing those opportunities. Because the way I see our community right now, we have a lot of information in our community. There are individuals who are just a wealth of knowledge, from our elders to the individuals who participate in our religion, and then to the matrons in our community who are just full of knowledge. And I see incredible potential in our youth. When I go with my mom and we go to the night dances, I'm always just so awed and amazed and at the same time proud. Like, these aren't my children, but I feel so proud when I see these children participating and singing and being engaged. That's potential. And I want to create more opportunities for for us to bridge that generational gap, to start learning from one another, so that we strengthen our relationships across the board, ensure our language, traditions, and values not only survive, but that they thrive. And I think we can do that, but we do need leadership that shows what that bridge looks like. And so if what I can bring to that conversation is, hey, I'm not the most fluent person in Zuni, but I'm willing to try, and I'm willing to sit with you, and I'm willing to walk this journey with you as I become fluent. Let's do it together. Bring somebody with you. Let's create those opportunities. Because when we strengthen our culture, we're not just strengthening ourselves as people, we're strengthening our future. And I think that's the mindset that I want to start taking. We're not just doing this just to do it. We need to think about what we're leaving for our children. Now all of these things, I will say I don't believe that leadership begins in council chambers. I don't believe that. It begins right now, today, being visible and present in our community and being willing to listen and understand the needs of our people. And I've already been doing that. I've already visited and had numerous conversations with members all across our community, from people who are in leadership right now, previous council leaders, people who are who are in the leadership for in public school districts, healthcare providers, teachers, community members. I'm sure that I've seen several of you in Helena and stopped you and had a long conversation, as we're trying to grocery shop. I'm already doing this. And I think that is the difference. Is leadership, I don't need to wait until I have a title. Your voice has mattered. Your concerns have mattered. I've heard them. And that is what I'm bringing forward when we start talking about real issues in our community. That's what motivates me. You, talking to you, learning from you, being able to now have agency, because previously this was just me like gaining information, but now I have agency. Now I can actually say, look, I want to do something here. Come with me, join me, because 11,000 voices are a lot more powerful than just one, than just six. That's the kind of power you have in your voice. And there are some people in our community that don't know how to use their voice yet. I want to show you how to do that. So if this message resonates with you, please share this video with your family, with your friends. Every conversation helps us build a stronger community. And it would be my honor, I'm honored to earn your support and your vote. So thank you. And until we talk again next time,
Wow, thank you.
well, we're
Thank you
going to
for
talk
your
some more, but
info, and
that's the information.
you know that that sounds like you got a big job ahead of you, but that's okay. I
Yeah,
know.
it's okay.
I believe in younger generation, because younger generation should be the leaders, because you are
Mm-hmm.
starting to be a leader, not only in a tribal level, but within the cultural level. And that's what you're talking about. I mean, you're looking at starting from the family to the community into the government level. Those are things that we really need support on. And you know, I thank you for your time, because I mean, it's good to know who are running, and if I'm gonna try my best to bring everybody on board. But thank you for being my first one, and thank you for responding to my request. And you know, and let's say maybe 2 weeks or maybe a month down the road, if you want to redo a new one, give me a holler, and we can do another one.
Absolutely.
You know,
I hope we keep this going. And thank you so
yeah.
much for reaching out. I appreciate the opportunity, and I really do appreciate the platform you've given me to be able to talk about things that I think are important, and to talk about how and what kind of person I would be, in this position. So I really
Well,
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
well, thank you, and again, Zuni is a small community, and you know, you're basically my next door neighbor, I guess, if you look at it that way. Back home,
That's it.
but
Share the video.
yeah, yeah. Even though it's about 2 blocks away, that's how Zuni is. We're spread out. I love that. North Siders, as I
Yeah.
call it. Well, thank you for your time, and again, thank you for your important message to the people. And I will get this on for you as soon as we get off. And uh, don't go away. We're gonna have some closing remarks, okay? So I'm just gonna stop the recording now.